From a sunny Fort Worth, Texas. Hello, friends. PRC, another edition. Steven Stumpf, Bryan Timothy Nolen. No, it's not Jim Nance. It is Bryan Timothy Nolen right in Texas Motor Speedway. What a fantastic, wild day here. Yesterday, though, Steven, was a different story. This was filled with monsoon rain and everything. However, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series got onto the racetrack finally, and, well, I think there's two main storylines. Wrecks and wet grass, Steven.
Yep. There were, I can't even remember how many cautions there were last night.
I think, let's just say too many.
Yeah. And it was weird. It was like start of the race, caution after caution, wreck after wreck. Then start of the final stage, 60-lap long green flag run, and then 5 cautions in a row, each after each restart. It was, I do think that not having practice and qualifying for that series and Xfinity, which we'll talk about later, I do think that definitely contributed to some of the carnage we saw yesterday, because obviously the drivers weren't as experienced or prepared for the track, especially for some of those that may have been here for the first time. But yeah, that's kind of, I think that's how I chalk up the carnage to last night.
When it was all said and done, though, Corey Heim, 6 times for 96 laps, the best truck at the end of the night, Steven, did get the victory.
Yes, he had the best long-run truck by far. He had a 16-second lead when the caution came out after that long run. There were only 6 trucks in the lead lap. It was about to be 5 very soon. Who knows how many he could have put a lap down if it went green to the end. But for as good as he was in the long run, his truck was very bad on the short run. Several restarts where he nearly got past. Ben Rhodes got to his outside on the final 2 restarts, and both times Corey ran him a little bit up the track, something that Ben Rhodes was frustrated with. Corey defended it, suppressor saying, he'd probably do the same thing as well. But yeah, after several races in a row of Corey Heim dominating but coming up short, he finally sealed the deal on one yesterday.
Let's fast forward now to this morning. We will talk about Cup Series practice and qualifying in just a moment, but we'll fast forward even more now to this afternoon. It was a weird race, kind of a little bit like Friday night, Stephen, in which there's a lot of wrecks, a lot of grass that got torn up because of the rain from yesterday. But when it was all said and done, a driver won that we didn't even realize was going to be in the field till Wednesday.
Yes, Connor Zilisch, unfortunately, had a back injury after a very bad crash at Talladega the week before. We hope he'll be back by Charlotte. Luckily, the series has 2 weeks off for him to recover. But Larson got the call on Wednesday to replace him, and he put on a show. He went from the back to the front. He had a penalty. He went to the back all the way again, and then made his way back to the front again. And then with 7 to go, pitted for 4 tires, and then made his way back to the front again, all while navigating, the multiple restarts at the end, just as we saw last night.
It was going to be a fantastic battle between the eventual winner, Kyle Larson, and Justin Allgaier. However, Steven, just unexcusable from Chris Wright. He was at least 5 miles an hour slower, according to our coworker James Krause, and you tweeted about that. He got together with Justin Allgaier, ended Allgaier's day, not happy whatsoever. He did say he did take blame for it, but you could see the writing that he was not too happy. Just another missed opportunity for Justin Allgaier, trying to get that first Texas cowboy hat here in the Lone Star State.
It's surprising that Allgaier hasn't won here when you've considered how well he's done here. He's led the 3rd most laps ever at this track in Xfinity Series history. He's led 575 laps. He had 5 consecutive stage wins, with after winning stage 1. He led 99 laps today. He's led 349 laps in his last 3 Texas starts.
Hashtag Steven Stat Corner.
And each time empty-handed, and this time, what kind of he was him and Larson on the final green flag run, but what doomed them, it didn't end their race, but what doomed them is Larson pitted earlier. Allgaier was stuck in a wad of cars that slowed him down, pitted laps later, and Larson just blew by him. And Allgaier, Justin said he was trying to make up time, get back to the 88, and even though Chris Wright was kind of didn't keep the same line, was going much.
He's trying to be politically correct.
Yeah. Justin said he could have probably done a better job reading the situation, and and obviously unfortunate for him, considering again how close he's come, but hasn't won here. But he's still the defending champion. He's still the points leader, and he has looked mighty, mighty fast to start the year.
That is for sure. They get a much-needed 2 weeks off, a 2-week break, because they have not had a single off week to date, and we are in the first week of May. Let's flip over to a series that is not going to have a break until the end of the regular season. That is the NASCAR Cup Series, and for the first time in 56 NASCAR Cup Series starts, Steven, Carson Hocevar is a pole-sitting winner. He won his first ever pole here in Texas, and it looked like he has speed not just for 2 laps, but for 5, 10, 15 lap averages. This 77 car is really, really fast.
Yep, and his points position and his finishes don't really show up, but Hocevar has shown speed in so many races this year. Winning the pole here is just the latest example. He was fastest in 5 lap and 10 lap averages. He was also fast in 15, as you said. That car looks really, really strong, especially today. It's going to be interesting to see if he can, keep that pace tomorrow and, pull off his first career win.
Last but not least, let's do our race pick, Steven. Who is going to be getting a big old cowboy hat and a trophy? And will it be someone that has not won, so they will clinch their spot in the playoffs, or will it be a winner already from this season?
I think after today, I think I got to go with the usual suspect of Kyle Larson. Qualified 4th. He has 1 win at Texas back in 2021, but he's been incredible here. Has been out front for so many races. Probably should have more than 1 win. He does have 1 All-Star win here too, back when it was held here. But qualified 4th, looked good in practice, and I think especially after today, and him being able to navigate going through traffic in a place where it's really hard to pass. It's not the same car for sure, but I think he got plenty of practice for tomorrow.
I'm going to go with the guy that is starting second. He looks really, really fast, William Byron in the Raptor Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. I think he is going to get the job done. And did he win in 2023 or 2024 here?
2023.
Okay, so I think he's going to win for the second time in 3 years here at TMS. Well, that is it from Texas Motor Speedway. For all the latest content, our youtube.com/Frontstretch. Your articles, frontstretch.com. You're going to be writing about Justin Allgaier?
Yes, that is correct, and the incident that unfortunately took him out.
For all the latest, frontstretch.com, at Steven_Stumpf, and at the Bryan Nolen. Hello to my wife and my adorable dogs. For Steven Stumpf, I'm Bryan Timothy Dale Nolen. We'll talk with you tomorrow here from Texas Motor Speedway.
The Vivid EV Anthem is the essence of American spirit. Made with lithium battery technology, this neighborhood electric vehicle features vibrant colors, diamond stitch seats, and seats up to 6. It isn't just made in America, it's made for America.
Steven Stumpf of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.